Ladies, calm down. So we're back with another wonderful day. So yeah, here we go. All right, here we go. All right, I need to start talking. All right, let's get our soundboard ready.
Everything that I felt, praise the Lord. Worship Christ with the best of your portions. I know I won't forget all He's done. He's the strength in this race that I run.
Thought that was my mic echoing. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, you're up first, I guess.
Why do you think that men are more useful?
Why do I think that?
Yeah.
Because they do more jobs like construction, transportation, air traffic control, pilots, law enforcement.
You're talking about jobs.
I'm sorry, what?
You're talking about jobs.
Yeah, and jobs are a huge role in society. In fact, they're most important role. They're the most important roles in society. Okay. So can you tell me five jobs that women could do more than men?
Men people have pregnancy.
So you're saying that women are only useful for breeding?
Babies.
Are you saying women are only useful for breeding?
Yes. Women are more useful because they
Oh, so they're only what you're saying is they're only useful for breeding. That's crazy.
No.
That's crazy. Yeah, you're gone. That's actually crazy. Chat, I'm not taking the risks. I'm not taking the risk. I'm not taking the risk. There's no shot I get. Alright, I think if I restart a new server, I'm fine. I don't think... Can you get banned for saying breeding? I don't know. I think I'm just gonna say females are only useful for population, only useful for it. I can't say breeding. It's not a good word. If I get banned, I'm gonna crash out. I don't think I will. I think it's because I. Okay, see, that's because I didn't. I fucking pussied out, and I don't care if I pussied out because I don't want to get banned. That was okay. Please, that was kind of a wild way to start off the stream. Okay. I need to lock in. Okay, once I mute my mic. What should I say? Like, I think you're supposed to say you're saying females are only useful for population, and that's it. I can't say breeding if they're just gonna try to ban me. Like, y'all know, you know the consequences. If I get banned, like, if I don't want to pussy out, but like, I almost want to get banned for 3 days because I won an argument.
Everything that I bear, praise the Lord. Worship Christ with the best of your portions. I know.
Okay, let's see what we got here. So are you perhaps under the age of 13?
Me?
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you can't be up here. Next person.
Hello.
Or hello.
Okay, I'm gonna use the term men and women instead of boys and girls. 'Cause
Yeah,
that
yeah.
terminology is used for
Yeah.
children.
Yeah.
But yeah. So look, I'm just gonna say no, and I have a few statistics to combat that, right?
Okay.
Okay. So when we look at society, we're looking at what benefits a society, what keeps us alive, because that's what has been the most beneficial factor in evolution. And most of that has to do with our medical intervention. Because at one point in time, we could only really survive up until like 30 years old because we die of like the freaking measles or an ear infection or like the flu. Um, so evidently, science and medicine is the most important thing to our society. And to combat with that, over 80% of women actually uphold a healthcare workforce, right? So the majority of women are actually in the healthcare, right? And not only that, but in recent times, 48% of biological scientists are women, 35% of chemists are women, 46% of medical scientists worldwide, 46, my bad, produced by the UNESCO in 2023 were women. So we know that women almost capitalize 50% of like science degrees, and like they're heavily invested into the research of medicine and evolution within itself. So without women, they're 50%. Like what men and women are equal as they are, and they both benefit.
Okay, so now it's my turn to talk. So you said that they're in the healthcare field, which is mostly true, but that's only for because they dominate nurses mostly. Because males do more jobs in the healthcare field, like doctors and dentists. If you didn't know that, so yeah. And those are
I could give you the statistic for that too. So active physicians actually, 40% of women are actually physicians. So that's almost near 50%, not quite 50% yet.
but males still
And then
have a majority in the job.
yeah, okay. So NPs, which are almost near physicians, like NPs and PAs, they're physician assistants, and okay, so an NP is a nurse practitioner, meaning that they could do the same things as doctors can do in some circumstances. 80% of them are women. And then, like you said, 86% of registered nurse are women. Okay, but when we look at women in the medical school faculty, 45% of them are, what is it called? Are women, right? So
I'm sorry.
45%. Well,
All
that's
right, I'm sorry.
we could round that up to 50%. Okay, we could round that up to
Round it
50%.
up. There's a
Yeah.
huge difference there. That's 4% could
Not
be a
really. That's
huge
5%.
difference.
That's like 5%.
That could be a huge difference. I don't know what you. Yeah,
Not
like
really.
it literally can.
Okay,
That still
but when you
means
take
yeah.
into account 45% here and another 39% there. Without women, right, we wouldn't be able to function as a society. With this 45% of women, with this 45% of women missing in physician and medical senior
Okay.
roles, that's a
Okay.
big percentage. Without women, we
So I
wouldn't
have a
be able to
question. I
function.
have a question. Who does most
Right.
of construction?
Okay, so now you're referring to like blue collar work. I actually don't know. Let me know.
95% of males. So like you know that the males typically build the
Yeah.
hospitals that the women work in, right? So kind of without the males, they can't really have a job and they can't really, treat people and stuff because they wouldn't have the technology and the buildings to work in.
The buildings, yeah, not the technology. They don't. Blue collar workers don't build medical tech.
So
Uh,
engineers do that, and also that's mostly dominated by males in like the 80% range. So about engineers
oh
as
yeah,
well, women won't have the technology to do the surgeries and stuff on people to save their lives. You know what I mean?
yeah. So provide me a statistic that shows that engineers are predominantly male.
All right, one sec, let me pull it
At
up.
least, yeah. Okay, thank you. Just so I know, because I don't think I had that statistic in here. No, I don't. All right. Mm,
Uh
historical
the
women.
male percentage in engineering is a significant concern with over 80% of engineering students and engineers being male.
Okay. Okay, but the here can you find any statistic that refers medical like engineers who work in medical specifically?
All right, hold on.
Only because engineering kind of has like a very wide range of like a scope of practice, like an extremely wide range. You can work in so many things as an engineer, but I'm not gonna like discount that statistic. Yeah, so like I'm also not saying that men obviously men have an extremely vital role to society, the same as women. My debate here is that women and men both equally have a very strong use
You're
in society.
yeah. But like
That's all.
you're bringing up one thing, which is healthcare. You're just saying healthcare is the
I
most
brought up
important thing.
science. That's more than just one thing.
There's 80% of men are scientists. I don't know what you're on about there. Like if you take up all the scientist categories, 80% of males are scientists. So it's kind of
Do you
a
have, do you have a
it's kind of a
statistic for that?
dominant thing.
Do you have a
What?
statistic in your? Do
Yeah,
you have a
one sec.
statistic in your? Okay. Hmm. I'll look it up too, because seems like other people want to come up, and it's gonna take you a minute.
Maybe my stats were a little off there, but it's still
A little
60%.
off.
Still
A little off.
60%.
What? It's like no, it's not even 60%. It's like 57%. That's nowhere near. That is literally nowhere near
All right, so
80%.
let's use your logic here real quick. Let's round it up to 60.
Okay.
That's what
Still, even
you're
at that,
yeah.
40% is still a large statistic. Without women, the science field would be extremely
Mm,
depreciated.
I
With
don't
only
know.
60% of scientists as 100%, we would be extremely de-evolved and we wouldn't be advancing as the proper. Like, okay, dude, a few months ago, no, not even a few months ago, a month ago, we had found the cure for what was it? It was Hunterson's disease. We have found the cure for Hunterson's disease, and guess who? It was a guy and a woman. It was a man and a woman that found the cure for Hunterson's disease. A man and a woman worked together to find a cure for a disease that has plagued humanity for so long. Hunter disease is a crazy disease that affects your neurons and makes you age at a rapid speed. And we found a cure for that. Because why? A man and a woman worked together to find the cure.
Okay.
And I can accentuate this with like historical points in times where women had played vital roles. Like, okay, so for us to know about DNA, right? A woman actually found out created the structure that equivalated to us finding DNA. Then it was like the double helix structure. Women have so much, like they've helped so much. The first computer programmer was a woman, right? What is it called? The only a woman discovered
You know when you
radioactive.
say when you say the first computer programmer was a woman, they weren't actually
Yeah,
a programmer. They were just typing on a typewriter, and they just said that
yeah,
was that's what it was. They're not the first programmer.
yeah, but she's identified as the world's first person who's
Yeah,
wrote
but that she
algorithms for
wasn't
using electric
programming
field.
anything. She wasn't programming anything. Do you understand that? She was just
She
typing on a
wrote the
typewriter.
algorithms. She wrote the algorithms, so
Okay.
she still could be identified as the first computer programmer.
So
I
all
understand.
you so scientists is still there's still more male and scientist jobs. So is there
Yeah,
any
but
other
like
job?
yeah,
Is
by
there any
like
other job than
7%.
Medicare you can name?
By like 7%. So I've named like 4 or 5 roles where the
Medicare.
the differentiate between men and women is like 7 to 10%, meaning that proportionally women cover almost near 50% of all science and medical fields, right? At least in STEM degrees, right? At least STEM related bachelor's degrees too. Okay, that's another statistic. I'm not going to overload you with that. But we also know that women are going to continue to dominate these fields because the statistics keep on going up. I think since like 1980 to like 2023, there's like a huge jump from like 20 to 30% of women earning bachelor's degrees and STEM related degrees. In the US alone, women earn nearly 50% of STEM related bachelor's degrees in life sciences, and women can earn over 60% of bachelor's degrees globally. Right. It's like we know for a fact education, like women just had gotten the ability to educate themselves relatively soon, like compared to like men, right? Meaning that from the time they've made a lot of progress. And we know this through a biological sense. There is no difference between a woman's brain and a man's brain. They both function the same, they both have the same capacity. And from that knowledge, we know that we're just going to keep on benefiting. So why have these stupid ass gender wars? Where like, oh, boys are more important than girls, instead of focusing on what actually benefits a society. I don't know. I
Okay,
don't know.
so you're still only naming
Mhm.
one category, by the way, which is Medicare.
Science is more than just one category.
Science is still dominated by males. Like I've told you this 10 times. Even if there's like
Yeah, by like
a
seven
close, if
percent, by like
it's
seven
not
percent, buddy.
what? What do you say?
By like
40?
7%, buddy.
Yeah, by 7%. That's a huge number in the scientific
Okay,
field.
how many people is
That
seven
could be
percent?
million. What?
How many people is 7%?
That could be like 700,000 people. Like
Okay, and how
7%,
many people is
7% is
38%?
not a little number, right? Like
And
for
how
a
many people is
majority is a
38%?
huge. What?
How many people is 38%?
I'm sorry, what are you trying to mention here?
No, I'm comparing the statistics 7% compared to 38%.
Okay.
Yeah, so like there's a large margin there.
Okay, so can you name any other job?
You're not
Or is
doing
it just Medicare? That's predominantly dominated.
Medicare. What you mean the medical field? Medicare is a assistance the government gives out to people.
Okay, can you name one or just gonna yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's enough. I feel like medicine and science is enough to
No,
provide to
it's not.
society.
It's really
It's
not.
not enough.
Because most males invented stuff, so we could actually do that. So your points are kind of
Women have
like
invented stuff too.
males dominantly invented stuff that helped scientific research. It's not
Yeah,
females.
women have help too.
Can you name me one thing that a woman has invented for scientific reasons?
Yeah, for sure. So medicine and science, molecular biology and genetics. Rosalind Franklin had work was essential to understanding the double helix structure of DNA. And then yeah, so here we go. Astronomy, engineering, and rocket science, which is what I just said a minute ago. Science has a lot of different. It's like an abbreviation. It's an umbrella term for so many different things. Katherine Johnson was a NASA mathematician that calculated the flight to Apollo 11, meaning we wouldn't have been able to go to the moon without a woman. And then
She
there's
didn't do
also like
that at all, by
political.
the way. I've researched the Apollo 11. She didn't do that at all. That's not what she did. She did something else. It was less major,
Okay, yeah.
but
So
yeah.
provide a statistic showing that she didn't do that then, and like an actual source where she says she didn't do that. So yeah, I mean, I think that was enough stuff for you.
So I can name 10 jobs that yeah, that males do more than females, if you want me to.
I can name a few societal things that women do more than men too. I mean,
Like what?
I think it was like 80% of single parents are mothers, meaning that without mothers, we wouldn't progress as a society. And I know this is a simple biological thing throughout society that we understand that women are predominantly the better caregivers for children, but that's a very underlooked thing. Now, I didn't even talk about that because I already knew you were going to excuse that from a fact being, but that combined with the knowledge of women, they are, I'm not going to lie to you, they're a little bit ahead than men. They're a little bit ahead than men. They have an upper hand because they give us life. Um, Now, I'm not saying men are any less important, but I'm saying that women are extremely important. They're extremely underlooked. Like I don't think a man would be able to get pregnant. Even if we could get pregnant, it'd be extremely stressful for us.
Okay, so
Um, I think we should respect our mothers. I think we should respect educated women because they provide so much to society, and we shouldn't be acting like they don't. Just because men are predominantly blue collar workers, and when you look at societal normalities throughout like geography, we have an understanding of why men are actually predominantly hard workers, and I could provide evidence for that too if you'd like.
So, do you know that most single mothers that raise a child, the child actually turns out worse than they would be raised by both parents?
Oh yeah, I'm sure of that. That would make complete sense because with both parents, you have a better foundation. If you have one mother, the mother is going to have to work, provide for everyone, while the kid is probably at like a daycare. This is coming from someone that had a single mother for like half his lifetime.
And
It's an
it
obvious
is
statement.
also more statistics. Single fathers raise their child better than a single mother.
Yeah. Okay. So can you provide that statistic?
Science.gov. It's literally on the website if you go search it up.
Can you provide like the minute statistic that shows that? Because also the statistic within itself is already kind of alleviated because
Oh, you want me to
only
give
20.
me okay?
Yeah, like a number statistic.
Around 82% of do single fathers kids do better than single mothers kids in performance
Okay, so
academically.
82% out of 20%, because you have to keep in mind that only 20% of single parents are single fathers. So that statistic is already meaning 82% of 20% of single fathers are better than 80% of single mothers. So that's yeah, it's a statistic. I'm not gonna argue with you. It's definitely a statistic, but it's a very small statistic. It's like maybe 1/4 of like 100, if you know what I mean. It's like no, actually, I wouldn't even go as far to say 1/4. It's like 15% of 100. Um. All right.
Yeah, you've been up here for long enough. Next person.
Is there satire? Is it
What?
satire?
No.
Is it satire?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, what is your reason for like boys are more useful?
Okay, finally. So men do more jobs like construction, transportation, air traffic control, pilots, law enforcement, firefighters, electricians, plumbers, scientists, lawyers, chefs, college and
I'm
university
not talking about jobs
teachers.
though. I'm not talking about
So
jobs.
you know
I'm saying how
jobs.
they're useful in society.
Yeah, so jobs are like the most important thing in society.
Okay. Okay.
And those are the most important jobs, or some of the most important jobs in society.
Okay, but what about giving birth?
So what you're implying is that females are only useful for breeding.
That's not what I'm implying. What?
If
Why
you
did I imply
if you
that?
bring up birth, that's kind of a 50-50 scenario because
Because
both
that's the
males
only
and
thing women
females
can
have to
do.
contribute. Oh,
Men cannot give birth. Clearly, they cannot.
wait, so
But-
you literally said that's the only thing women can do. That's crazy. I'm sorry.
I said it's the only thing women can do, but
No,
men cannot.
no.
Men cannot.
No, I heard that. I heard that. You said that's the only thing women can do. Nah, no, you go. You go. For left. That's actually wild.
Hey, how we doing? How we doing? How we doing?
Good.
So, I just want to say one thing. That woman's a piece of Wait, I shouldn't say it because I'm gonna get suspended on this. But yeah, no, she legitimately said that they're only used for impregnating people. So idiots. So, what are we going to talk about today? We're talking about women who are really like, oh, we got another one. Send her in right now. So I want to see what her opinion is.
Wait, what? I
I
see
saw
a
you
lot.
typing and your avatar is a woman, so I really am wondering.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, huh?
Okay, well, so
Maybe we should make a podium that says boys are smarter and girls are complete retards. That's in my opinion.
Uh,
wow. All right. All right. We got our first person.
Hi. Hey. What's up?
Nothing.
Okay, so why do you think that boys are more useful?
Because they do more jobs like construction, transportation, air traffic control, pilots, law enforcement, firefighters, electricians, plumbers, lawyers, scientists, chefs, college and university teachers, and many more important jobs like that.
Okay, then what about jobs like childcare workers, dental hygienists, most likely healthcare, social work, education, personal care, things like payroll clerks, technical writers, veterinarians, human resource managers, physical assistants, pharmacists, accountants, jobs that are dominated by women. What makes those useless?
So I didn't say women are useless at all.
Well, I mean, and saying that boys are more useful. That
Yeah, it
means that
doesn't.
women
It
are
literally. It
useless.
doesn't imply that I'm saying women are useless.
It does imply.
No, it doesn't. I'm just saying they're more useful. I'm not saying women are useless. I didn't say that at all in the title. See, you know you're wrong. So now you're stun locked.
Well, no, I'm just kind of like you're just shutting down my statement
And
without any evidence. But
yeah, but like those jobs aren't as important as the ones I listed, are they?
how are they not as important?
So if without construction, how would you take care of the child in a house? Or without electricity, how would you have heat? Without plumbing, how would you have clean water?
Without education, who's going to teach all those children?
So
how to
college
read,
and
write,
university.
get to all of those.
All right, you know, high school and college and university teachers. In high school and university, or no, in high school and college, there's a 50-50 ratio, and in university, there's more male professors than female professors.
Okay, and that's because of discrimination in the workplace.
So you're agreeing with me?
No, I'm stating
Yeah.
that women.
You're saying it's
get discriminated
discrimination.
against because they are women.
Yeah, no, you're saying it's
the same reason why
discrimination.
most women aren't in men-dominated fields because of
Okay.
discrimination.
So you're agreeing with me that they dominate the job?
I agree that they dominate, but that's because of discrimination.
Okay, so you're agreeing
Not
with the
because they're better,
topic then.
just because of discrimination.
Because of the topic
No,
then.
I'm saying boys are more useful. I'm stating women are just as useful as men.
Which is not
Everybody
true.
useful, which is true. Let me finish my statement. Women are just as useful as men, but they aren't getting the jobs that you deem as important because of discrimination.
Okay. You know, a woman can get a construction worker role. It's like almost equal.
Yeah, but women aren't getting hired as construction workers.
It's not
Why?
because of discrimination, by the way. It's just because of stereotypes.
Why
It's two
then?
different things.
Okay, that's still stereotyping someone is discrimination.
No, it's just because of stereotypes when you learn as a child.
That's assuming what someone is. That doesn't make it okay just because you learn it in childhood.
Okay. So when you were a child, would you ever want to be a construction worker or a law enforcement officer?
Not personally.
And why is that?
I don't know. It's just not my thing.
Then what did you want to do when you were younger?
In the same way. Well, when I was younger, I wanted to be a flight attendant, but
which is a female-dominated job. Do you understand? Like most boys, when
it goes both ways. I mean, it's because of societal pressures of the gender norms. That men are seen as more masculine and more stoic and can handle the tougher jobs while women have to, be cleaner and safer and they're just not as strong, and that's discrimination to think that women aren't as strong as men.
Okay,
because that's not
so
the truth.
you're agreeing with me. Even though it's discrimination, you're still agreeing that the males dominate those jobs more and means they're more useful to
You
society.
didn't state in the title that men dominate jobs, because that's just a fact. That men dominate most blue collar jobs. That's just a fact. You stated that men are more useful than women, which is wrong.
Yeah, they are.
You're taking this piece of evidence because causation doesn't mean the situation is what is
I'm gonna
caused
read.
by the
I'm gonna
cause.
read the title real carefully. Males are more useful than females in society.
Okay, and that doesn't state that males work more blue collar jobs than women, because that's a fact. I'll agree with you on that.
Okay.
Men do work more jobs that are blue collar, but just because they work more blue collar jobs doesn't make them worth more.
What is more important than a job? Like all jobs combined. What is more important than that? In your opinion?
In my opinion, what's more important? Courtesy, kindness, respect, selflessness. I would consider that what makes someone great.
How does that contribute
a
to
truly moral
society?
person.
How does being so if I'm a kind
I'm a-
homeless man, how is that contributing to society?
Well, in a society where being kind isn't seen as useful, in a society that you live in, it's obviously not going to be seen as useful. But in a society that I live in, I see that worth more than anything.
Talking about humanity's society,
I-
not your society,
well,
not my society.
I consider myself a rule utilitarian, so I believe that we should make moral rules based off of what makes the most people like the happiest and what gets the people furthest in life. And yeah, I believe that's what makes someone great.
Okay.
Following moral rules that make everybody feel good and make everyone happy and make everyone succeed.
Thank you for agreeing with me.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so
Yeah, her game crashed. Or faded to pretend. I actually can't. In Boom's new episode, I think. Oh, fuck my ass right now.
Hey,